live. Well, you join us on the final day of the Pole Masters after the match. Just waiting for the results, and we thought do a little run through, finish it off. We've both been on high pool today.
Again for me,
Again
third
for
day
you.
on the trot.
So we'll start with you again.
Yep, so unbelievably, again, went in, I said to young Josh, who's been holding the bag, said what peg on high pool am I going to be on today? And unbelievable, went in, 45 on high pool, the same peg as yesterday, which is unbelievable. When you look at a 120 odd peg match, you can draw the same peg 2 days on the trot.
That's crazy.
Obviously, it's hard when you've won a section, say you're not happy, but I wasn't happy because obviously, again, you want to try and win the match or try and get a big weight and try and win some, the overall money.
Yeah, get in the top five for some good money.
Yeah, because again, I didn't think I'd be able to get in the actual overall frame with a section win. So same plan as yesterday, obviously same peg I caught. So plan was casters across, mainly for shallow, but hopefully a few on the bottom as well. I fed my edge line to my right again. You can't really put your left hand edge in there because it's double pegged, so just the right hand edge. And then there was a few muggers about, like yesterday before the start there was a few muggers about and I set a mugging rig up, but I didn't actually see any draw in the match. Today I've seen a few, I've had a few mugging, so that was the other plan really, to mug a few. So as it turned out, I've had a good first 2 hours again, caught £65, mainly shallow across, and then literally like flicking a switch, I couldn't get a bite anywhere in my peg, and literally I think the last 2 hours I've only had 4 fish in the last 2 hours, but 2 of them fish were like decent sized carp mugging, and missed a couple of chances at them where maybe I could have caught 4 or 5 carp if I'd have got everything perfect there, but there was just no bites on overfeed. I think obviously 4 days of fishing's been on that lake now in all the lakes, and certain areas are just starting to get worse and worse, but so it finished up £99.
Nice.
Which
similar to yesterday, really.
Yeah, a little bit. To be fair, I felt like I'd had a lot less than yesterday, but I had a lot more stockies yesterday, and when I've caught a fish today, it's been a better fish. So £99, won the section again. So yeah, about as good as I could have done really. Looking back, I maybe could have caught a couple more carp mugging. Got me to maybe £110 at a push, but that wouldn't have been enough to win the lake anyway. No. So I think I've got what I could have out the peg as it turned out.
And what's that left your total points?
7 points. Obviously had a 5th on the first day. Now I think I sneakily know about. They haven't actually done the presentation yet, but I think I know that 6 points is going to get in. So I've had 7, and I was actually £2 behind 4th on the first day. So £2 more on the first day, and I think I would have got in. So. Did have a chance to get in the frame, probably just snuck in maybe 13th or 14th, which is last couple in the frame, but it's what it is. It's just one of them.
It's tight on these festivals.
It's always like that. When you come to tunnel, £1 either way nearly always does cost you some way or the other. So
keeps it exciting.
Yeah, 100%. So your day?
My day was also on high pool. I drew peg 30, and I was quite happy with that this morning because I think it's a peg that gives you a chance of winning the section from. Much better than the day before. So I went there quite optimistic. I knew I needed a section win to get in the money, definitely to get me right up there anyway. So I was gunning for the win. I set up in my left edge with pellets to start on. I set up a hard pellet rig across just in case it was rock hard. I needed to just tap a few pellets in to get a bite. And I fed maggots down the middle in the open water where I am. It's like a point of an island with like a bowl with someone opposite you. So I just fed it in the deepest water at like 11 metres away from sort of not too close to the angle opposite. And then, that was basically all I set up. I set up some overshotted rigs for maggots and all my maggot rigs, and I also set up some little overshotted rigs for fishing with casters. Because I did think if the sun came out, I was going to prime it across to the bush. There's a little bush that hangs in off the island, but it's only 2.5, 3 foot there. So I didn't fancy it that much. No. So I started on pellets down my left edge, mags and expanders. That's been quite good all week really for a quick start.
Yeah, even if you only caught 2 or 3 fish, you knew you were going to go in and get a couple of bites on that while you primed what you expect to be a main line, like shallow. I think weirdly on the peg I've been on the last couple of days, my edges never come back later on. I've never had any bites there, but early, you always seem to go in on pellets and catch one early. So that's obviously been a good starting line, like you say, Yeah,
so then basically started on pellets. It didn't have as good a start as yesterday. I had 2 or 3 stockies. It didn't seem right. The lad opposite, Dan, he caught a couple early, but again, it wasn't brilliant. So then I shipped across to the island with hard pellets because I didn't want to be honest, with it being bright sun and flat calm, I didn't expect shallow with maggots down the middle to be great. I felt like I was going to need to fire casters to this bush, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to miss out on fish on hard pellets across. So I shipped across to the island, rattled some hard pellets in just to sort of test the water, if you like, with that. That wasn't great. Fouled up a couple of stockies. I thought, right, that's crap. So I binned that off, and that was about 40 minutes into the match. And I had £5 maybe. Shipped out shallow on my maggots, and I've had an F1 every chuck in for half an hour. Unbelievably. Swapping between my overshotted rigs, sort of 15, 18, 2 foot and 2.5 foot. Had some brilliant runs of massive F1s. I couldn't believe it. Flat calm, just firing maggots at me float, 11 metres.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And then I like it like that. Like probably 2 hours into the match.
Exactly the same. And it was the same yesterday. Like, it seemed like on that late, you get a good little early run. You've got to make the most of your early spell. Yes. Try and get as much weight early, knowing that late on it's going to slow down. So, yeah, I think yesterday I probably had £60 after 2 hours. Today I probably had a little bit less. No, I did add a little bit more today. Actually, £65 early. Yeah. And then it just literally, when it goes, it's very hard to make anything happen. You just got to be a little bit patient then until the end. But that just seems to be a bit of a pattern on that lake.
Yeah, definitely a pattern on that lake that we've seen. So yeah, basically made the most of that. Probably got to £50 halfway through. Yeah. And then I basically ticked over on pellets in the edge, an odd look back shallot. You might nick one, and then you'd have to come off it, or you might nick a stocky. And then I had one carp across on an overshotted rig, but that was no good. So I sort of binned that off. I felt like I'd know pretty quickly that was going to be good. Yeah. But that was no good. And yeah, just nicked a couple of fish in the edge, had a couple shallow, and then last probably 20 minutes, I've had a few F1s and a big carp last chuck. And I've ended up with £102, which won the section. So chuffed a bit, to be fair, that's what I was hoping for. There was an £80 and a few 60s, I think, in my section. So it was nice to win that, and that's left me with 5 points. And I'm hoping it's going to sneak me in the frame, probably 5th or 6th, I'm hoping, maybe 7th.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be in the top 10, aren't you, with 5 points? Because I think there's definitely 3 lads on 3 wins. Yeah. So we'll talk about the overalls that we think we definitely know. I think my mate Kieran Marsden's won it. He's won the match today. He's drew his favourite peg, 6 out.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievably, we come actually for a group coaching 2-day event. Yeah. And the 2 pegs that he fished on the coaching events was 31 new and 6 out. And they're actually the pegs he's drew the last couple of days of the festival.
In the stars, isn't it?
It's amazing how often stuff like that seems to happen when, you know, your name's on it sort of thing. And he's had a brilliant festival, like I say, massive weight today.
Yeah, well done
to Key. We definitely know that Key's won it, I think. Awesome. Then second will be G. Brooks. He's got 3 wins as well. Yeah. Slightly less weight. And then I think Jack Arblaster. Yeah, I always forget his name, get it mixed up. But Jack Arblaster, I think he's got 3 wins as well. So them lads have done brilliant to all have 3 wins. So well done to them lot. And then, like you say, the rest of the frame, we really don't know, because I think it's going to drop to 5 points after that, I want to say. So it'll be really interesting when we see the results.
Yeah.
So
have to wait and see.
Yeah, so it's been a brilliant event as always, and it brilliantly sponsored by Daiwa.
Yeah, awesome. I think I've won the poll.
Oh, as well, yeah. Just remind me about that. We think that Rob, because Kieran's had the biggest weight today, but he's also won the festival, it'll be defaulted, and you'll have a nice shiny Arity Pro.
I'm hoping. I don't want to jinx it and something happen which I don't know about, but I'm 90% sure that I've won the poll. So absolutely buzzing with that. To be fair, it's a fantastic prize from Daiwa. Unbelievable sponsorship. It's that on the Z Pro.
Yeah. Awesome. And the section wins every day for your section. Like last couple of days I've won my section, won £150 Daiwa voucher for, you know, even if you
just want to buy a load of elastic or top kits.
Exactly. If you haven't had a good first day or whatever, there's always something to win or worth fishing for. 100%. So that's the nice thing about this event. You're always sat on your peg, giving it your all, trying to get whatever you can, because there's so much to be won. So brilliant event. Fantastic. Loads of fish. Shame I drew high every day. I would have liked to change your scenery, but I've had a few fish last couple of days and that's it. So
awesome, loved it. Can't wait for next year.
We're going to go to the presentation, see what's happened.
See what scores are.
Brill.
Thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the next one.